It's less windy in here. We're having to redo the stand-up because we wanted to do it in the park, but it was so flippin' windy that I couldn't control the wind noise. The dead cat it was not sufficient.
By the way, dead cat is a mic cover that cuts down wind noise for you non-video people.
That's a dead cat.
We literally don't have a dead cat.
All right, so it is week 2.
Going into week 3.
Going into week 3 of full-time RVing. We're so happy to be out of Mudville. We are in a super cool place now. We are at the Sun Outdoors RV Resort, and this place is bloody amazing. Tell them what it's got.
It's got a heated swimming pool, 2 jacuzzis, an adult-only jacuzzi, a spray ground for the kids. They have bocce ball courts, pickleball.
Hold on. What is it?
Bocce ball.
Oh, I thought you said bocce.
I did. I'm from San Diego, bocce.
Okay, they got the bocce ball courts.
Pickleball, basketball. They have a fitness room.
I like the fitness room because all through COVID, my fitness went straight downhill, and then the last year my health has gone down the hill too.
Physical and mental.
Yeah, both physical and mental. But now having a fitness center here is a huge plus. So I've been hitting that.
A bar and a cafe.
And the bar, the cocktails are not outrageously overpriced.
And they're very well made.
Mm-hmm.
We've become friends.
We're the friendly type. We've also been biking. There's like killer
many bike trails. It's all along the bay, and it's through these marshes.
We even got Gracie used to riding in the bike. What else do we got?
They have an arcade with lots of games for the kids.
For the kids? For me?
They have a couple of dog parks, which are great. One has an agility course in it, so if your dog's into that, you can do that. They're just really well maintained. They have artificial turf. They're cleaned daily, and Gracie just loves the dog parks.
The other thing that this place has, if you are not an RVer and don't have an RV, is they have like these little bungalows, these little cottages that are just super sweet. They have like
a front porch.
They have a front porch,
a back porch.
Mm-hmm.
Chairs.
Barbecue.
They have a barbecue. They have a propane fire pit with Adirondack chairs all the way around it.
Actually, each RV site has. We have
each RV site has. Oh, they're awesome.
Adirondack chairs, propane fire pit.
The bungalows, they have some that are along the bay side, but they also have, it's like a street of them, and it's so cute to walk down because it's all lit up and people are sitting on their porches. The whole place is very picturesque.
Yeah, I highly recommend if you come to San Diego to stay at the Sun Outdoors RV Resort. We are not sponsored. We're not taking any money from them. Nothing. We're just digging the place. We love Sun RV Outdoors. So what did we do this week? We had some work. We had to shoot a bunch of B-roll for a client of ours, a government client of ours. We've got a couple of shots of us doing that. So this will give you a little bit of an idea what it looks like when we go out and do one of these small productions. This was very small. There was no big lighting setups, nothing. It was basically just the two of us, camera on a tripod, and go. What else did we do? Oh, I had to do an inspection and some RV maintenance, and it looked a little bit like this. When we had the sticks and bricks, Saturday was yard work day for me. Since I don't have a yard anymore, I've decided that Saturday is going to be just RV maintenance and inspection day. So I got a couple things going on with the trailer that needs to be addressed today. One is the sealant between the cap and the sidewall is starting to come apart a little bit. And I really don't want water getting in behind that. So what I'm going to do is go in and remove the sealant that is there and replace it with some new sealant. What I've got is some Dicor, they call it cap sealant. It's a non-sag or non-self-leveling sealant. It's all scraped out, ready to go. This thing that Tony had, this little plastic scraper, unfortunately didn't work. What did wind up working brilliantly was just a regular old screwdriver. It's dull enough not to scratch the paint as long as you don't push too hard, but it's sharp enough to kind of pry that old Dicor out. All right, so I'm gonna get just a rag with some alcohol on it and just wipe everything down so it's nice and clean, let it dry for a couple minutes, and then I'm gonna put the new Dicor in. Here's something that I did not know until recently, and I'm almost ashamed to admit I didn't know this. Do you know that your caulking gun has a cutter, a tip cutter right there? Drop it in there, squeeze the handle, and look at that. Perfectly cut tips. How did I go through 56 years of life without knowing this? Crazy. All right, let's go seal it up. So, admittedly, probably not the best looking bead of lap sealant ever applied onto a cap, but I was more concerned with quantity than quality. I wanted to kind of really goober it up so that no water was going to get in there. So, yeah, I'll take it. It looks okay. What else do I got to do today? Oh, I want to see if there's something going on with our water pump. When we left Santee Lakes, I put about 10 gallons of water into the fresh tank, and when I tried to get water, it seemed like it was just, the water pump just kept running. It wouldn't stop, which tells me there's something going wrong. And then when I opened the bathroom sink, it was just like pumping air. So I don't know if I just didn't have enough water in the tank and that's what was causing the problem. So I think I may have figured out what my problem was with the water. I think my little water measuring device is not reading right. Because although it was reading the other day, now I just plugged it in and it's not reading at all. So maybe it's not reading right and I wasn't putting as much water as I thought in the tank. I filled the tank about a third full. I'm gonna go play with the sink here and see what happens with the pump. It should come on when the sink's on and go off after you turn it off. Let's see what happens. All right, sink on. Pump is running. Sink off. Pump stops. I think I just need to get another one of those little water clocks, water measurer, or whatever you want to call it. But for now, it seems like whatever I thought was the problem is not a problem. Everything's working like it's supposed to. Yay! Well, I didn't get a chance to finish all of my maintenance on Saturday because our son and daughter-in-law showed up where we're camping. Little tip, if your kids show up, don't spend your time doing other stuff. Go spend some time with your kids. It is now, what day is it? It's Tuesday, and I've got a little bit of time to do the last thing that was on my list of maintenance stuff to do, and that is to just do some inspection on the plumbing. So there's a couple spots that we're going to inspect. The first is, it's where all the water comes into the trailer in the garage, and unfortunately it's not real easy to access it. You got to pull a bunch of screws out and pull a panel. So we're going to get in there, look back there, make sure nothing's leaking. We have the spot underneath the kitchen sink. We're going to pull some drawers out and make sure that nothing's leaking there. And then under the bathroom sink and look and make sure nothing's leaking there. The only other place that I could inspect, and honestly, I'm not even sure how to get to it, it's the plumbing that goes to the shower. How do you access those plumbing leads to check and see if they're leaking? If you know, put it in the comments so that I can do that as well on my next plumbing inspection day. All right, well, that kind of wraps up the week. Next week, what have we got going on? We've got to go into a voice booth with talent on Friday, so we'll try and shoot a little bit of that to give you an idea what that looks like.
We have to run some errands.
Crazy girl, that's quite enough, ma'am. No. We say no to Gracie instead of saying no. Because if you say no when they bark, you're just barking with them. So now we go no, and then she goes roar, roar, roar. She's looking at me right now. All right, so on top of the voice booth session that we have, I've got editing to do. I've actually been editing quite a few things this week. That's been a little bit difficult. There's not really a real comfortable spot to edit in this trailer yet. We got to fix that. And we are starting to get busy. Some of the projects that we've got in the books are ramping up and getting going. So we may wind up missing a week with a show on one of these upcoming weeks, but we'll start to do a little bit more kind of shorts stuff. That's it. That's all I've got. What do you got?
I got nothing.
You got nothing. All right, well, then I guess that's the perfect time to end this week's show. I hope you guys are enjoying watching the craziness that we're doing. Of course, you got to do the obligatory subscribe and like and thumbs up and all that stuff. So do that. It helps us out a little bit. And again, yeah, hope you're enjoying the show, and we will see you when? Next week?
Maybe.
Maybe. It's a straight up maybe from Tony Tao that we'll see you
That's how
next
the week
week.
goes.
All right, we're out of here.